They started crossing the border from Hungary into Austria in great numbers on November 4, 1956. Within 10 days, 25,000 had entered Austria. A week later, 50,000. A watching world recognized the need for assistance for the refugees and for the country in which they were seeking asylum. Proud Austria, ravaged by a devastating war, had since then given shelter to 500,000 persons who had fled from neighboring countries. The president of the Austrian Red Cross appealed to the League of Red Cross Societies for assistance, and from the League headquarters in Geneva, messages were sped to the national societies around the world. "100,000 refugees by December 1st, 150,000 by Christmas Eve, and the figure rose to more than 170,000. An agreement was signed by His Excellency Oskar Helmer, Austria's Minister of the Interior, and Raymond T. Schaefer, the League's Director of Operations in Austria, pledging the League to provide shelter, food, clothing, and basic medical care for the refugees. Leaders of more than 50 national societies gave assurances of backing the program, and from 15 societies came seasoned personnel to make up the administrative staff at the League's headquarters in Vienna. From 13 societies came others as teams of 6, 7, or 8 persons, proudly wearing their insignia and prepared to man the camps in accordance with the League's agreement with the Austrian government. By plane, train, and truck, supplies poured into the giant warehouse of the League near Vienna from more than 50 societies and many governments. Thousands of tons of food, clothing, bedding, needed equipment, pharmaceutical and other supplies. "700 tons of food alone are needed in the camps each month." Called camps, these temporary homes for the refugees are found in many forms, in former military casernes, big barracks and smaller temporary barracks, in historic old castles, in sanitariums, in resort hotels, and practically all have ample play space for the children. All offer a variety of living facilities, from large dormitories, usually occupied by unattached men or women, sometimes partitioned off for family groups, to the more cozy private rooms for the families, which they make home-like. Each camp has its kindergarten with Hungarian teachers or nurses, and plenty of toys, too. Toys supplied by Junior Red Cross members from all parts of the world. Not only toys, but also clothing, educational and recreational equipment. There are always surprises, too. Surprises such as this one. You would think that if a fellow is a refugee, school would be out, but it isn't. In the camps, they are being kept abreast their education by Hungarian teachers. The little ones and expectant mothers get supplemental meals from diet kitchens. The habits of cleanliness are taught. Camp doctors keep careful and constant check on the health of all. Even minor illnesses, such as colds, get immediate attention. Always a busy place, the washroom where the family laundry is done, sharing the facilities with those who are washing face and hands. And for the body, a hot shower. The buildings also have to be kept clean and sanitary. Even the bed clothing gets a preventative treatment in the name of cleanliness. Not Paris exactly, but good, serviceable clothing for the women. And a just right fit for this young man. But first, it has to be sorted. A familiar sight in every camp. Many are learning to operate sewing machines and make the family clothing. And for those who don't sew, there is the tailor shop operated by refugees. Or the cobbler shop where worn shoes are restored by refugees. Each camp has its huge food storage. Under the watchful eye of a Hungarian taster, food is prepared for the Hungarian taste. Here, too, many of the helpers are refugees. The food is served piping hot and consumed with great relish by the refugees in central dining halls. Or is taken in containers to the living quarters in some of the camps. They are queuing up, for sometimes there are chocolate and other delicacies for those late-night snacks. When this building is completed, this camp will have its own sauna, a Finnish-type vapor bath. The refugees have pride in their camps. They work at many trades to improve them, one of the many ways being found to keep them busy. For many will be in the camps for months and would become restless and eventually discontented, if not occupied. A refugee or the colonel's lady, A woman feels much better when she gets her hair fixed. It is games for all in the recreation room, a book, magazine, or the latest news. They are avid chess players. And the more agile go for ping pong. Billiards is popular too. Or they select a book to take to their quarters. And some learn to design their own clothes. Or weave rugs. Each camp has its favorite painter, many of whom keep busy painting watercolors from photographs of loved ones who were left behind by fellow refugees, and like father, like son. The children like to dance and learn new dances easily. Others like defense. Or to keep the muscles tuned up by throwing the javelin, the shot put, or the discus. But in every camp between dawn and dark, you'll find these vigorous boys and young men playing soccer football. Some camps have organized uniformed teams and play a busy schedule. And now word has come. This is where we are going. The happy hour has arrived and we are on our way at last. It is sad that always there must be some left behind. And they worship in the religion of their choice, a faith that cannot be broken, a faith in God, a faith in humanity.